Hey everybody, I think we're recording now. I'm super excited to share with you guys what I've been doing that's different this month for January that has really helped me find people that match my mission and my vision for the team that we are creating this year in 2017. I have had tremendous success this month, and you guys asked me to do a little training on what I did differently to find business builders, to find coaches who actually needed this, who really wanted to change their circumstances, their lifestyle, and were really looking for something to help them financially, physically, whatever the case may be, looking for that community and that team to dive into. So I'm really excited to share what I've been doing. That's just been a little bit of a tweak on things that we were already doing before, but it's made all the difference in my business. So I hope this is helpful for you. I'll try to keep it kind of short because I know we all have limited time. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Courtney. I am a one-star diamond coach. Hopefully, guys, we got to fix that. I will be 5-star elite this year or higher because our team is incredible and I'm loving the mindset shifts that we've been making together as a community as well as the action that we're taking. So I'm super excited for what's ahead this year. It's January, like literally the sky's the limit, and that's what I'm so excited about. Just seeing the potential of the people that are now on our team starting this month, and really can't wait to see where we end up in December. My goodness, it's so awesome. Okay, so the first thing that I'd like to share is this month I've always been consistent about sharing my story, and my Instagram has really grown as far as engagement, people following me, commenting, liking, and that kind of thing. That's always been pretty strong and my main area of focus. However, I have been focusing on letting go of what I think a coach and social media should look like and embracing who I am and not being afraid to share that and not apologizing because this is me. And if you're going to be on my team, that's you got to know that. You got to know who I am and be okay with that. So for those that may not know me very well, I love God. I love Jesus Christ. I have been saved by grace, and that's just part of my story. And being authentic to my faith has made a huge difference this past month in really connecting with the right people. I see my business from the very beginning. I've seen my business as a ministry. It's an area where I've always dreamed of having a platform to have influence and leave women specifically with hope just written across their hearts. And so that is my mission and my desire for why I started this business. It took me about a year to really figure out what my voice was and what my story was and how to share that authentically and to be able to connect with the right people. So for those of you that have not, you need to go back and listen to National Wake Up Calls, especially the one that Amy Silverman just did, and just really embracing who you are. We are fitness and health coaches, but ultimately I really see us as lifestyle coaches. Like, I'm here to encourage other people to add value to their lives, to leave them better than before they knew me. And so in order to do that, I don't want to just talk about health and fitness. I love working out. I'm getting way better about my nutrition thanks to Beachbody, thanks to 21 Day Fix. However, I am not just a workout machine. I am not just health and fitness. I'm a person. I have passions, and I have, relationships, and I have a story with a lot of trials and a lot of triumph and a lot of patience, a lot of feelings, and so I wanted to come to a point in my story where I was sharing that stuff that I didn't feel held to this mold of like, well, you've got to be proof of the product. So that means talking about every meal that you eat. That means talking about every workout you do. That means being, sharing Transformation Tuesday every single week. And I just kind of was like, you know what? Like, yeah, every coach is doing that. And there have been several coaches who are really successful with that, but that's not all there is to me. And to be honest, the people that I want to link arms with are not people who are going to be super excited about my sweaty selfie 3 times a day. And they're not going to be super excited about the containers that I'm posting about. So I kind of just stripped back and said, like, what makes my heart jump for joy at sharing? What are the topics that I'm like, yes, this is what I wish someone would have shared with me a year, 2, 3, 4 years ago? How can I share my journey in a way that's going to meet the needs of someone else that comes across it? And once I started doing that, I felt, one, immense freedom in this job, that it wasn't a cookie cutter mold, that I didn't have to do things a certain way, and I could really just be me. 2, that finally people felt like they were connecting with me, that they heard my story and they said, you are just like me. I feel the exact same way. And your hope and the story that you're writing and the message you're sending me is exactly what I needed to hear. If you look at my Instagram, on those deeper posts, yes, I write long captions and people say, don't do that. Instagram's against that. But honestly, I've seen huge reward come from being lengthy. That's me. I'm deep. I like to go in depth with people. I like to share the whole story. I can't just write a one-liner and call it good. That's not me. So I prefer to connect on a deeper level. And I started translating that in my everyday posts. So the first step, I think, one, it's going to be your public storefront. That is the first way that you're going to first attract the people that you need to talk to and bring into this coach sneak peek I'm going to share with you guys. So in order to do that, you need to really self-analyze. Is what you're talking about on an everyday basis, does it feel like work, or does it feel like this lights me up? I'm so excited for people to read this. Or does it feel like, gosh, I don't know if I followed my meal plan. I don't have a meal to post about today. I want it to be something that gives you freedom, that gives you joy, because you're sharing your heart, and that makes you come alive. That should be your goal with your posts. Yes, health and fitness need to be intertwined in there. Obviously, if I don't talk about my health and fitness journey, I'm probably not going to get many people that want to participate in my boot camp. But you do have to remain true to what your story is. What are, Lindsay Matway, I was listening to a national wake-up call by her, where she was talking about how take your trials and turn them into triumphs. When you start getting real about where you've been in the past, you're connecting with people that maybe are there now, or they've been there too, and they totally relate to your story. So it's not just about connecting to people because of what coaching's done for you. It's not just about connecting with people because of what 21 Day Fix has done for you. It's about connecting with people life to life. This is what my life has been like. And this is what I'm learning. And this is what I'm growing through. And this is what's been changing in my life. That's connecting to people. So then when coaching opportunity comes up, guess what? They want to work with you. Not because your program's awesome, not because your body looks awesome, not because you make $1 million with this business opportunity, but because they know you as a person and they trust you and they love you and they just want to be around you. Like, that's the key. That's the goal. I'm not saying I'm perfect at that. I've definitely grown in it a lot. But I have been focusing on letting go of the expectations that I have put on myself of what a coach should post about, and really embracing where I'm at and who I am. When I talk about my finances, I don't want to just talk about like, wow, my income keeps growing up and going and going and going. That's not really like who I am. And I personally would look at someone who does that and kind of judge them and be like, gosh, they're always talking about their money. So I need to talk about it in a way that's humbling. I need to talk about it in a way that me, another person out there that's like me, would receive it and be like, that's cool. I wonder what she does. That's what I'm focusing on. That's step one. Sorry, that took a while. Step two is growing eyes on your story. I don't really know what that means. I wrote down my notes and now I can't understand them. We're going to skip ahead. Oh, growing eyes on your story. Sorry. That means people. Obviously, we all have incredible stories, but if you have 200 followers or 200 friends, that's not going to be enough eyes on your story to meet the right people that need to hear your story. So you need to do whatever it takes to find people to grow eyes on your story. You can have all the most amazing words in the world to say, but if you don't have people that read it, it's not going to mean anything. So you have to grow your network. And we're not going to talk about how to do that on this call, but there's plenty of resources on YouTube, how to grow your network. So that should be a part of your everyday actions. Next step, I love Insta Story. That totally helps connect with your followers. It's kind of like Snapchat. So utilize that, you guys, every single day. Invite people into who you are. Let them get to know your personality outside of those highlight reel posts, okay? Then I did a call to action this month. So I did a call to action 2 weeks ago posting about the opportunity to just be a fly on the wall and hear about this business and hear how it has impacted my life, because people follow me. They don't care if my upline is making 6 figures and they join a group to hear about that. They don't know her. They know me. They want to get to know me and my story and what I struggled with before I became a coach. So if I'm not creating a coach sneak peek that is just me, it's probably not going to get a lot of engagement. So coach sneak peeks, while I love that we, share the burdens and team up with each other and try to do it all together because, whatever, I want to challenge you to create a coach sneak peek. Whether you started as a coach yesterday or you started, 3 years ago, run a coach sneak peek on your own. Do it for 3 days. Keep it very simple. Go live Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Okay? Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. One time every single day, you go live. You can keep it super simple, 10 to 15 minutes. It doesn't have to be long. Mine was a little more lengthy because I talk. And what you're going to do, first day is you're going to share your story. Share your story, no one else's story. Why did you get into Beachbody? How did you get into Beachbody? Your whole story. Like I talked about from beginning to end, I talked about my coaching story. Where I was 6 months before coaching, where I was when I decided to coach, and now where I am a year and a half today. Day 2, I talked about common misconceptions type of stuff, but I talked about my misconceptions because the reality is the people following me are probably very similar to me. They probably have very similar concerns and fears and that kind of thing. So it's important to talk to where you were at. If you didn't have any fears or concerns, talk about what made you nervous when you first started as a coach, hesitations, things, obstacles that you first came across, and then address them in that conversation, that live video. Me talking about how I was afraid of failure, that I wouldn't help one person, but then talking them through how you can overcome that, how I overcame that and helped 3 people my first month. That is really, really invaluable because you are walking them through their whole future thinking process of what it might look like for them if they said yes. Day 3 is going to be team and training and kind of vision, like where you see them going, where your team is going, making sure that that lines up. Because if they're not interested in your team vision, it's probably not, it's just going to be a little bit challenging for them to come on board and for you guys to connect. So it's really important to share, do you have a team training? Is there an easy process for them to get onboarded? And what does that look like? What does it cost? I'm very upfront. I'm going to tell people it costs money. I'm going to talk about how they can earn that money back in their first month as a coach. I'm going to lay it out there so that they know exactly what to expect when they sign up and that there's no, hidden agendas or hidden things, because at the end of the day, coaches who sign up and then realize, oh, this is totally opposite of what I thought it was and what you said it was, guess what? They're going to quit. And that's going to leave you with no longevity in your business. So I'm trying to cultivate coaches before they sign up to create this mindset and this approach that like, hey, this is exactly what I thought it was and I'm loving it. I'm diving right into it. So I'm going to screen share with you guys and show you my coach sneak peek. Okay, so here's my coach sneak peek. So I took pictures like this and just created on canva.com. I created a little collage where it kind of shows my life and my mission and what is important to me through this business. These pictures were at Summit, and then photo shoot with my team and my marriage. Obviously, that's a huge reason why I'm in this business. And then a picture of me because obviously I want to make sure that they know it's me. So I had over 48 people join this group, and I had 11 or 12 coaches that have signed up this past week because of this group. So I put a little description here. I shared exactly a little bit about my story, and this was my call to action post on Sunday night saying, hey, join this group kind of a thing. And then I was just real. So then I did my story. This was my first video. I said, welcome, excited, let's chat, let's do this. And before the group even began, I posted when I would be going live so people knew what to expect and when to write in their calendar of when they should join me live. Okay? And even one of the ladies was like, I don't even know what live is. So I got to explain that to her too, which was really cool. So let people know when you're going live so they can plan ahead. That gives you the most attention. The next thing, I shared my story. So you can see it's a 26-minute video, but I got a lot of engagement. Everyone saw it. And then the next day, I shared common misconceptions and my concerns before becoming a coach. And I thought it was really cool. Like, I started off strong by wearing, like, having my hair done and wearing makeup and stuff, but it was also important to me for people to see me in my everyday life. Like, I'm not always looking like that, and I look like a hot mess half the time. So I tried to keep it real, and I shared with them. So that was 30 minutes. And then they asked questions as they went, and I obviously addressed them. The third and final day is what's next, the team training and the possibility with this opportunity. So I tried to get a little bit more real. This was shorter, 20 minutes. I shared exactly kind of where my journey is at and why it was, you know, why it is where it's at. Okay, so that's all that I did with my coach sneak peek. I invited people. I put a call to action on my Instagram, and I put the link in my bio, and I said, join the link at my bio. I friend requested at every single person. And one, that increases my network. So if now's not the right time, that's okay. They're still watching me. They still have eyes on me. And now we're Facebook friends. We've started a relationship. And then two, it allows me to, so I reached out to each of them and I said, I'm so excited that you're in this group. I can't wait to hear more about you. Tell me what piqued your curiosity about this. They could be a fly on the wall if they wanted. They didn't have to like or comment on anything. But at this point, it just allowed me to just start that conversation, hear a little bit more about them. And then after I followed up with them and I said, hey, have you had a chance to check out the videos? Did you have any questions or thoughts? I would love to answer them if you did. That way I'm asking a question, I'm causing them to respond to me, and we can really work through their fears. And you guys, I can't even tell you how honest people were about their fears and concerns in starting this business, because I was honest with them about where I was at. And so many of their fears were my fears. And so many of their reasons for wanting to join this team was my story and my why. So it really has connected us. And then I put all of my new coaches in this group message thread, and they all introduced each other. And I can't even tell you, like, everyone was blown away by how similar we all were. And I was like, I'm not really surprised, because the reality is you guys heard my story and you said, that's what I want to be a part of. That's what I want to do. That's the purpose I want to have. So of course, vibe attracts your tribe. I hope this was helpful for you guys. If you have any questions, let me know. If you feel like I left anything out and you're like curious how it works, let me know. And I will talk to you guys later. Bye.